Station 1 Deputy Regional Director Tolkien Spalding, PHMC Commissioner Lewis, and my partner in crime for all of this, Bodie Morin, who's the Director of Pennsylvania Anthracite Heritage Museum and the Scranton Iron Furnaces, which is hosting the Arts on Fire celebration, which is also going on at the same time. I'd also like to thank our amazing volunteers here at Steamtown who stuck with us throughout the pandemic. Our volunteers assist us in so many ways, greeting visitors in our interpretation division, remotely transcribing letters and documents within our collection, assisting the locomotive staff in the shop, to being members of our train and engine crews. If you're interested in joining these wonderful group of people, there's a volunteer table located near the information kiosk where you can find out more information. I want to also recognize the staff here at Steamtown for their hard work and dedication in preparing for this weekend. I would like to thank our friends group, the Iron Horse Society, who are a great support to our park. You can also find out information about them at their table right at the entrance to the core complex. But mostly, I want to welcome and thank all of you, our visitors, for joining and supporting us today, and especially over the past 2 years. Steamtown was able to remain open, though in a reduced capacity at times, throughout the last 2 years. And like a lot of other national park sites, we hosted a record number of visitors. Additionally, during this time, work did continue behind the scenes, including in our locomotive shop. One of the projects that continued during this time was the cosmetic restoration of the Union Pacific number 4012 Big Boy. Number 4012 is one of only 8 big boys that still exist in the United States. The $1.6 million restoration included replacement or repair of rusted areas and parts, remediation of hazardous materials such as asbestos and lead paint that still existed from its original construction. The pistons were put back into the cylinders, the number boards and lights were rewired and now are solar charged so that they could remain lit during the day for our visitors. And of course, a new paint job. The project was completed and the Big Boy was brought back out in May of 2021. However, due to COVID restrictions, at the time we were unable to have a big celebration of the event with all of you, but now the time has come. Starting today, the cab of the 4012 will be open for tours during Railfest and on select days throughout the year. Also, to celebrate this restoration, we have reissued the Big Boy trading card, and they, along with the new Reading 2024 card, are available today. Just ask any volunteer or any ranger, and they will have them for you. This restoration project also highlights not only Steamtown National Historic Site's commitment to historic preservation, but the National Park Services as well. The team here at Steamtown is committed to fulfilling the mission of the park, which is to preserve, interpret, and protect the history of steam railroading in America, which includes the historic rail yard, the museum, the rolling stock collections, technical knowledge and skills that further the public understanding of the impact of steam railroading on the United States in industry, commerce, and society. As our mission states, we are not only tasked with preserving the many pieces of rolling stock here at Steamtown, but also this historic rail yard, its buildings which house the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western Railroad, the museum collection, which is one of the largest in the National Park Service, and the important history associated with the railroads in America. Again, I want to thank all of our partners at the Anthracite Heritage Museum for helping us tell this story. I would now like to introduce the Mayor of Scranton, Paige Cognetti.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. I'll try to get this where it should be. Is that okay? We've been talking about this for a long time. Superintendent Shepherd and I have had many Zooms in these couple of years while we haven't been able to utilize all the amazing resources that we have here in Scranton and Lackawanna County in our region. Really, this today feels like one of those kickoffs where we're mostly back to normal and we can do the things that we've been wanting to do and enjoy the things that the team here has been working so hard to bring to our community. If you hear a cry, it is my daughter back there. She's really excited about this train. She's not quite old enough to know how cool this is. I see a lot of other kids here just chomping at the bit to get on this train. What we have here with Steamtown, the Trolley Museum, is just an incredible asset right downtown in our community. So we will do everything we can at the city and alongside our state representatives, our congressional representatives, Matt Cartwright and Senator Casey, who are always by our side right here in Scranton. We have such an incredible offering about our history, and it's also about the future. It's about you kids. It's about what we do to make sure that we live in history, but we're also building a future for you all so that when you're our age, you're standing here talking about the things that we built years before. So I'm absolutely honored to be here. I'm so honored to meet some of you that have come from afar today. Let's have a wonderful kickoff, and Superintendent Shepherd and your team, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I would now like to introduce Pennsylvania State Representative for the 113th District, Thom Welby.
Thank you, Superintendent, and also we'd like to thank a deputy from the National Park Service who's visiting up here from Virginia. It's so nice to have you here with us today. We're so excited to be a part of the National Park Service right here in the Pocono Northeast here in Scranton. It's such a blessing that we have this here. And those of you, I suspect pretty much all of you here have done a little bit of tour here before, and having Big Boy be able to climb up on Big Boy again is just wonderful. And as Mayor said, I'm sure there are a lot of you kids here that are really looking forward to our being quiet so that you can jump up on there and enjoy it. And the other things that are on display here are just incredible. To walk around and see so much of our history, and a lot of it rooted right here in Scranton, in northeastern Pennsylvania. In the late 1800s, actually the mid-1800s through the early 1900s, the Scranton area was one of the top producers of coal in the entire country and world, and also in iron, the production of iron in the mid-1800s through the 1900s. And I believe we were the second largest producer of T-rail, which was used in obviously railroad rail, in the world, second only to England. And we have a huge history in the development of the industrialization of the United States of America. And it's rooted right here, and we see so much of it that the rail played in expanding our country and expanding the industrialization and movement of what it was necessary and what it took to grow our country and be the wonderful, most fabulous country in the world that we are today, in spite of gas prices right now. But we hope that you'll enjoy all of the things that are on display inside, in the roundhouse, in the displays, in the heritage areas, and also that you'll visit the other sites that we have here in the Northeast. And we have, as was mentioned, over at the iron furnaces, we have the festival going on over there, and they'll be melting iron ore or iron bits, and kids can, if you like, take etchings. They'll have sand blocks there, compressed sand that you can etch in something. They will pour the molten iron into those molds, and you'll be able to take home with you the iron mold that you make yourself. It was a little tricky for me. You have to do it in reverse, so I had some challenges doing that. But please consider going over there. It's a great event going on over at the iron furnaces. It's just a few blocks away. And one other thing, and I'm sorry I don't mean to take up so much time, but I want to get some commercials in. Bodie here is the director of a lot of our history in the area, and one of my favorites, and it's like the secret gem of the Northeast, is the Anthracite Heritage Museum up at McDade Park. I strongly advise that you make some time, it's not taking time, but make some time to go up and visit there, and it's just incredible. The reenactment, the recreation of so many things from our past, from churches that existed in the early 1900s and 1800s and through the 1900s, and reenactments or recreations of some mining scenes. And there for me, there's my grandfather was a truck driver for Burchell Dairy, and he actually his truck was led by a horse, and they have a few of those kind of things up there. But so much of our heritage is up there in the Anthracite Heritage Museum, and if you were to go up and do a tour up there, besides visiting the coal mine while you're there, you will have such a pleasurable experience and such great memories that will come flooding back to you that your parents or grandparents have told you about. And again, I apologize for taking so much time. I know you kids want to get up there, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of today. Enjoy this and share this with your family and friends.
Thank you, Representative Welby. I would now like to introduce our U.S. Congressman, Matt Cartwright.
Thank you, Superintendent Shepard, and thanks to all of you for showing up today. I want a quick show of hands. Who's not from northeastern Pennsylvania? Who traveled to get here? Most of you. Well, terrific. You are most welcome. That's kind of the idea, that people who are rail fans have a place to come, a veritable mecca. When you come and see things like the Big Boy, unbelievable sights, things that were commonplace, right, 100 years ago, but we have to drive to get places to see them now. We're so happy that you're here in Scranton in northeastern Pennsylvania. I've been the congressman here for almost 10 years, and Mayor Cognetti knows, and Thom Welby knows, I've been working on reestablishing passenger rail to northeastern Pennsylvania. We haven't had it here since the early 1970s, and rail is making a comeback. I don't know if you noticed, if you've been paying attention to Washington, but the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act puts an awful lot of money, $66 billion, toward reinvigorating rail travel in this country. And what we're hoping to do is make sure Scranton gets included in that plan. So I'm here to say thank you for visiting northeastern Pennsylvania. Please take a couple or a few days, be here all weekend, see the sights. We're not just about things that happened hundreds of years ago here. There's a lot of great stuff there. The restaurants here are fabulous. The innkeepers know their business around here. And get over to see the PNC field. And we have a wonderful AAA ball team here, which is the farm club for the New York Yankees. So welcome, and thank you for coming. I'm Congressman Matt Cartwright. And Superintendent, thank you for being
Thank you, Congressman. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to introduce the National Park Service's Region 1 Deputy Regional Director over Steamtown National Historic Site, Kirsten Talkins-Hall.
So I love that the congressman started with who's traveled to get here, and I had to raise my hand. So let me refine that, if I may. Who's traveled more than 20 miles to get here? Okay. Why is that important? That's the distance in between. Anybody happen to know, per chance? Ever heard of the Pony Express? That's the average distance in between the Pony Express stops as you go out west. Why is that important to talk about here? Because the rail system changed everything. If it were not for the rail industry in the United States, we would not have the transportation systems that we have today. You wouldn't be traveling more than 20 miles to go anywhere. You'd still have the horse that's bringing that carriage along. So why is this site important? Because it means who we are today. It looks back at who we are today, and by remembering the past, we think about where we want to go into the future. So for everybody that makes a day like this possible, for all of the staff, the partners, our elected officials, for the visitors who make it worthwhile for us to do all this work, thank you for being here. I spent my time back in the mid-90s when this park was coming online out in Mojave National Preserve in the deserts of California. Anybody happen to have been there before? Okay, if you're a trained person, then you're going to know about Kelso Depot, right? Beautiful. That restoration done by the National Park Service. So rails are part of the National Park system. Rail stations, way stations along the way are part of the National Park system. But there is no site in the National Park system like Steamtown. So what a pleasure to be able to be here with you all today. Thank you so much for the invitation to come. And I believe I might be the one person standing in between you all and the engine. So how about if I cut this short and we start working on seeing if those scissors work.
Again, I would like to thank everyone here for your continued support of Steamtown National Historic Site. I would also like to remind everyone to also join us over at the Iron Furnaces for Arts on Fire. The Iron Furnaces will be the location for food vendors, great music, artists, other vendors, the Steamtown's Ring of Fire, and around 2 p.m. an actual iron pour. Make sure you enjoy both locations today. Also here at Steamtown, please enjoy our Scranton Limited Shuttle Ride, which will be pulled by our Baldwin number 26 steam locomotive, and our caboose experience. Both rides are free for Railfest and load by track number 12 in the core complex. I'd also like to remember, here's my safety plug, please remember that Steamtown is an active rail yard and all tracks are considered active, so please be mindful of your situation and surroundings. I'd also like to thank Pennsylvania Trolleys for providing the free shuttle, the white and purple over there, that will take you between the two sites, and it loads approximately every half hour, so we're very thankful for that. Now I would like to invite DRD Talkin Spalding to join me up and help me open the cab of this wonderful locomotive so everyone can enjoy. Tours of the cab at approximately 10:45.